Well, hey, glad you made it. A few months back, I started using this little setup. It turned long videos into snackable social clips while I was doing other stuff. Honestly, it's become one of those tools I reach for every single day. I used to sit there clipping timestamps. I was also guessing which moments would actually pop, and then manually exporting, captioning, and resizing all those clips. You know the pain of that old process very well. Now I basically just point my long videos at the system. I tell it my creative vibe, and it spits out ready-to-post clips that actually perform really well. It's honestly kind of magical when you see it work. But listen closely. The very first version of my workflow had some real issues. It technically worked, sure, but it was very fiddly to get running initially. The system often choked on my longer recording files. It also felt like it didn't truly adapt to how I actually create content day to day. So over the last couple months, I completely reworked the entire thing. I made the initial setup dead simple to follow. I gave it the ability to chew through multi-hour recordings without struggling. I also added way more customization options so you can get the exact type of clips you want. The main goal was to make something plug and play for busy creators. Creators who definitely do not want to waste any more time editing manually. And that also truly understands which moments are genuinely shareable online. If you are a creator recording long conversations, lectures, or live streams, this is for you. You are looking for bite-sized clips without all the typical headache. I will give you the entire system for free to copy right now. I will walk you step by step through setting up the whole thing. Once it's live and running, you can drop any long video into your cloud folder. Vizard will then automatically identify the viral moments in the file. It will trim and format those clips perfectly for each specific platform. It also adds custom captions to every short. Then, it will either queue them up or publish them automatically on a schedule. Now that truly is the dream scenario for content creation, isn't it? Let's do a quick overview of what happens with a brand new video file. You upload that file to your chosen cloud folder. Vizard will immediately scan the entire content to find high engagement segments. It will auto-edit vertical clips, or square, or horizontal depending on your platform choice. It generates those captions automatically. Then, it either schedules or exports the clips straight to your connected social accounts. Every single aspect of this is customizable to your needs. You choose the exact clip length you are aiming for. You decide how aggressive the highlight detection setting should be. You control the caption styling and the overall posting cadence. There are 3 very easy ways to connect your source files. These connection methods are Dropbox, Google Drive, or OneDrive. I will walk through the Dropbox setup today since that is what I personally use. However, the setup steps are basically identical across all 3 cloud providers. First, you simply click the setup link provided in the description below. This action will import the ready-made Vizard project right into your dashboard. This means you do not have to build the entire flow from scratch. If you don't yet have an account, Vizard offers a generous free tier to test everything out. You can test it without any commitment whatsoever. Once the project has successfully imported, you will be prompted to connect your cloud storage. Pick your preferred service like Dropbox or Google Drive or OneDrive. Then you must create a dedicated folder specifically for your uploads. This is the exact folder that Vizard will constantly watch for new material. Here is a pro tip. Keep a separate folder for drafts and finished uploads. This separation prevents anything from getting processed accidentally. Make absolutely sure in the integration settings that you allow file links to be shared. Vizard simply needs this access to reliably grab the raw video files. The next major step is connecting all of your relevant social accounts. Vizard currently supports TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter/X. You can add multiple accounts, so it can post content across platforms simultaneously. During this connection step, you also select the default output formats for each channel. This means vertical 9:16 for Reels and TikTok, 1:1 for the Instagram grid, and horizontal for YouTube Shorts if you want that option. I personally like to have the AI create 1 vertical clip and 1 square clip for every single highlight I find. This strategy just gives me more options to test later on. Now comes the most fun part. Telling the AI exactly what kind of moments to look for. There are already excellent presets available, like viral hooks, insightful moments, and funny highlights. But you absolutely can create and save your own custom profiles too. For example, for a formal podcast, I select insightful moments. Then I set the desired clip length to be between 45 and 60 seconds. I push the topic density slider to a medium setting. This setting favors concise, punchy takeaways over long, drawn-out monologues. Conversely, for a high-energy stream highlight, I might choose the energy profile. For For that, I set the clip length much shorter, maybe 15 to 30 seconds. You can also toggle on or off things like the auto caption style. You can choose a background music bed, or if you want to include a quick animated intro with your handle. One of the single biggest upgrades this time around is how it handles those incredibly long files. Previously, many similar tools would just time out on hour-plus recordings. This used to force creators to manually split large files into smaller pieces. Now Vizard features advanced chunking and concurrent processing right under the hood. It splits long videos into manageable chunks automatically. It analyzes those pieces in parallel, and then it stitches everything back together into the absolute best clips it finds.
That means 2-hour podcast episodes. That is no sweat for this system.
3 or 4 hours long? That is still totally doable if you want to batch produce clips from an entire day of recording. Speaking of usability, the cost-wise structure is pretty reasonable overall. There's a free tier available to get you started right away. The paid plans simply scale up based on your actual usage volume. Compared to older solutions where you paid per minute of export, Vizard is way more creator-friendly. Also, unlike platforms that force you into rigid templates, this one lets you override anything it outputs. You can change a suggested caption, swap out a thumbnail, or tweak the timing right before you publish. Once your profiles and socials are linked, the next step is setting a posting cadence. You simply pick how many clips you want per day or per week. Vizard will then auto-schedule them based on your preferred times. It uses platform algorithm best practices for optimal reach. If you are naturally lazy like me, you can set it and completely forget it. The AI will fill your content queue so your channels stay active without you babysitting every single post. If you prefer fine control, you can preview the entire calendar first. You can also drag clips to entirely new time slots or bulk edit multiple captions at once. I want to pause here and compare this to some other popular workflows you might know. Manual editing tools give you precision, but they end up taking forever. You end up spending all your creative energy on formatting instead of new ideas. Some other AI editors are cool, but they charge crazy rates per minute of video, or they force you into templates that completely clash with your established brand style. Vizard strikes a perfect balance. It is automated and incredibly fast, yet it remains flexible enough that your unique voice and style still shine through clearly. It finds the moments humans would pick, sometimes even better than a human could. It packages them in platform-native formats without nickel and diming you for every single clip. There are also advanced options available if you really want to push the system further. These include custom ML models to bias highlight selection toward specific keywords or guest names. You also get multi-language captioning and batch publishing policies across dozens of channels. Enable these advanced options if you are running a full content engine and need extreme speed. Otherwise, the default settings are more than adequate for most individual creators. One part of this whole system I absolutely love is the analytics feedback loop. After your clips go live, Vizard aggregates the engagement metrics from each platform. It then feeds those successful metrics right back into the highlight detection model. That means over time, the AI learns precisely what resonates with your specific audience. It gets progressively better at picking the next big winner for you automatically. It is like having a junior editor who becomes smarter with every single post they publish. Let's run through a quick demo example so you can visualize this process. I dropped a 90-minute interview file into my Dropbox test folder just yesterday. Vizard instantly scanned the file and surfaced 12 strong candidate clips for review. It auto-created captions, generated suggested text for the post, and queued 4 clips across TikTok and Instagram for the next week. I previewed 2 of them, tweaked the thumbnail on one specific video, and hit publish. By the end of that week, the single best performing clip actually doubled my usual engagement rate on TikTok. That is the kind of output you can expect when the technology handles the repetitive work. You maintain all of the creative control over the final product. You will also truly appreciate the improved content organization features here. Every single generated clip is logged in that content calendar with rich metadata attached. This metadata includes the source video, the exact timestamp, and the highlight reason like clutch point or hot take. That logging makes future repurposing incredibly easy to manage. Want to create a best-of montage later on? You already have the perfectly curated list ready to go. If you are worried about it feeling like a stuffy advertisement or losing your authenticity, please don't be. Vizard is a tool specifically designed to preserve your unique voice. It does not rewrite your content. It simply surfaces the parts that your audience genuinely wants to see. It packages those parts in formats that make algorithmic sense for each platform. Compare that to hiring an editor who might never fully get your tone. or using a templated generator that flattens everything into the exact same visual style. This method keeps your content feeling human while still being completely scalable. All right, this is the last major bit of information for you. When you have finished customizing everything to your liking, you hit the final deploy button. That action puts the entire automation flow live, turning your source folder into a content engine. If Vizard ever updates the editing component, you will get a prompt to accept the new version. This means you will never have to rebuild the whole workflow from scratch again. If you want templates, community presets, or technical help, Vizard has a support hub available. They also maintain an active creator community, which is super useful when testing new formats. So that is the entire system overview. If you make long-form content and want more short, high-performing clips with significantly less sweat, you must try Vizard. Follow the link in the description to import this specific project template. Then, pick your favorite cloud provider, connect your social accounts, set your clip profile, and just let it run automatically. If you have creative ideas for new automations you want to see built, drop them in the comments below. I am always messing around with new setup configurations, and I will share the best ones I find. Thanks for hanging out and watching me nerd out about workflow automation today. I genuinely had a blast putting this entire walkthrough together for you. If you want to chat more about content repurposing or growth hacks, follow me on Twitter. I will reply to you as soon as I am not completely buried in an export queue. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching all the way through.